What is going on, you guys? This is your boy Aries from Aries Game Productions, and I am joined with my boy Professor Diehard.
What's going on, guys?
So as you can see, this is a I titled the video the Greedfall review, but I am not actually playing Greedfall. The reason why is just like I was telling Di before the stream, I refuse to finish the game. I'm returning it. I'm returning it tomorrow. If you actually go watch our video that we did on it for Di's
that's right. We did a video. Yeah.
We both were giving it 7 out of 10. You know, just kind of average stuff, but
mine is definitely a 6 out of 10 now.
Yeah, now.
By the way,
because Di actually finished the game.
Yeah, I have a lot of things to say. So
yeah. So the reason why I'm not finishing it is for 2 reasons. One, it reminds me of the ending of Fable 3, which is basically where you were just running around talking to people before your final little fight thing. After your final little fight, you don't really feel like anything's accomplished, you go on, whatever. And basically that's the end of Fable 3. It's essentially the end. I mean, you can do whatever you want to around the town, do whatever you want to. Which I feel like is probably the end of Greedfall, from what Di's actually told me.
Nope.
But okay, well, it's not even that. Fuck. So that's even more reason for me probably not to actually finish the game. But the other reason is just because I understand it's a 3 or a 30-man studio. Like, I get it. I understand they don't have all the resources that a AAA title does, and from what they actually do with the game, they do very well. And as far as the, still with the characters and some of the combat aspects and stuff like that, even the looting, crafting stuff, the crafting stuff's pretty neat still. I don't, all that sort of stuff is a plus for it, which is why it doesn't score as low for me now that it probably would originally, now that I think about it. But I gave it a 7 out of 10. My final thoughts on it is 5 out of 10. It's an average game. We kind of wanted to be a little bit more than that and I was still talking with Di's kind of his latest video we did on it, and I think I was still kind of holding out on for it to kind of explode and for it to the end game to be very interesting. The end game is you running around.
Yeah,
doing
I can talk
nothing.
About that. Yeah.
You're doing absolutely nothing. And
yeah. So let me go into detail
ahead.
about that. Because okay, so there's gonna be major spoilers here. So I'm no longer holding back. I want to tell you everything that kind of goes down and everything that happens. All right. So the first half of the game is not bad at all. It's really fun. You can't tell just how monotonous it is. In terms of questing, at the beginning at all, because you're having such a good time. It's a new environment. It's fresh. You're just kind of sucked up into the environment. There's a lot of you moving around, and I think how they hide it so well is that you go through the wilderness at the very beginning of the game, and you're there for a good few hours, going towards both locations, Hikmet and Thalim. And so you had to go through a couple locations of land just to be able to do things. So you're doing that. But anyway, so at the end of the game, your cousin gets sick after the coup d'etat from the coin guard. So then you had to go around to every single faction trying to figure out a cure. So you do that, you come back, no answer. Then you go talk to Constantine again, and something else happens. You go to the natives, and then you basically talk to basically all the natives. Plenty of side quests going around as well, so you're doing that as well. And then you basically, this is a long quest line. You basically get all the natives to you kill the High King, which it's in the trailer, but like you never hear much about this High King unless maybe I just didn't see it enough. You kill this High King, it's a boss fight, it's super easy. You clack him in the face with the rifle, he's dead, like really fast, so it's not even a good fight. And he then, after the first part of that fight, he turns into, guess what? You know that boss you fight at the arena? That guy with the spear or the sword with the wings at the 5th round? That's him. You fight him.
That's
So
the
you
final
fight,
boss.
not the final boss, but that's like this. I would say one of like the final bosses of the game. So that's not even the end of the game. Like that's like close to the end of the game. After that, you go back to Constantine, and you basically you elect a new chief of the natives, the islanders. You go back to Constantine. You go meet the tree, and he's like the god of this land or whatever. But also, by the way, you are actually a native. Your mother was a native, and your dad, she died coming back to the new lands. That's why, like, the tree basically knew who you were because you were basically part of his children or whatever. So he tells you, hey, Constantine's evil now because he's drawn some of his power from the tree and he's trying to take over the world basically and do a whole new reality. We've all heard that story a million times. So you go to confront Constantine. He denies it. You go help Talim and Hikmet and the other natives fight off the attacking beasts that are now poisonous and they look different now. So you do a bunch of quests on that end. Go back to Constantine, confront him, and then he runs away. Then you go back to every single damn faction again. I don't know if you guys are picking up on how many times you go back to places, because you do. You go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to so many characters in this game. It's not even funny. It's ridiculous, and like you have to run to them. Sometimes they're not even that close. There's no campsite that's close enough to get to them fast enough, so you're spending way too much time doing that. And then finally, after you get all the people to join your alliance to fight Constantine, the final battle is you basically it's super disappointing. It doesn't even make sense honestly in any way. Some of your friendly units don't even fight. They kind of just stand there and look at you as you're fighting these monsters who are killing you and kicking your butt. They do a lot of damage, ridiculous amount of damage. It's a huge difficulty spike at the end of the game. Yeah, so that happens, and then you fight the final boss, which is it's a big monster you fight, and it's not too bad. You can figure it out and you can win, and then you decide either to kill Constantine or join him and become gods, and that's the end of the game. Yeah, so basically Constantine was just taking control of them. The point I'm trying to make here is at the end of the game, you literally do so much backtracking. I'm talking ridiculous amounts of backtracking. You go back to all the locations you've been to already a bunch of times, mind you. You've already done it a bunch of times. I'm not even kidding. I probably went back to each faction, at the end of the game, the very end of the game, probably 5 times each. Doing different stuff, especially the natives, because there's different native leaders and tribe leaders. So you're talking to all of them, doing their quests, and making them believe in you and following you, and it's just monotonous. There's no difference of play. They elongate this game to astronomical levels. It's not even funny. It's really maddening. Ares, when I did my review, I was exasperated, and you watched my video. I was done. And I don't think Ares officially, I think he started to, I think, being honest, you started to see what I was talking about, but you didn't experience it till today.
Yeah.
The full, and how about you explain how you were feeling? Go on and do that.
So, just from the origins of what I was feeling was particularly a mission after I had just met the girl from the Bridge Alliance. And after her mission, you basically go into this village that's off in the wilderness somewhere, and you basically have no clue what's going on with the villagers. They're just kind of there to help you along your way to the end of the game, and it's just as soon as you get through talking to them, they have you go do fucking 4 different things in the middle of the woods, and you have no clue where to go, because all of basically there are some missions in this game that basically have you do these little magnifying glass things, and you have to kind of wander around aimlessly and look for them in basically in the middle of fucking nowhere. And
Yeah.
you basically just have to guess. You have to run around in every single fucking direction thinking that you missed something.
Yeah, that's true.
When it's
you do.
literally
I'm
like
remembering that.
right in front of you. And even at that point, I actually didn't find it because it was not right in front, it was not in front of me. And so I'm literally having to circumnavigate the globe in order to find this shit. And it's literally just so crazy, like how just I don't want to say inept.
It's monotonous.
Yeah, not inept, but there
wasn't any variety.
Yeah, and it's just there's little things like that that really do make a game unplayable. If I have to go on an Easter egg hunt to determine where I need to go for the rest of the story, I don't know. I never really enjoyed that in games that I've actually played, and that's what makes it monotonous. It's not actually the actual like physics of the game. It's just the not being able to actually kind of go where I need to and know where I need to go. And this game does just a really bad job of letting you see that, and it goes in a completely entirely different way than I thought it was going to, of course, because like the story's coherent. You know, it's not that the story is
interesting.
not coherent. Yes.
The factions are very interesting.
Yes, and it will keep your interest. I mean, it really will. But you just have to basically find a point.
You will be in denial.
Yeah. And it's just. And I guess another thing too is that I know we kind of mentioned this in the last video, but the more I did go along trying to find like new weapons, new armor stuff that I was trying to get for my guys, closing towards really probably what looked like the end of the game, which is what I was really kind of getting towards at least. It's no longer that. It's, you know, it feels like most of the equipment.
Wait, you're telling me there's no more equipment? It all just level caps and that's it?
Yeah.
What did I tell you, man?
Yeah.
I was going nuts. I was like, dude, where's the next armor set?
Yeah.
Like, it just the game like markets itself as like there's always armors you can customize, blah blah.
Yeah.
Bro,
there's no such thing.
There was nothing left at the end of the game.
Yeah.
There's no end. Unless I missed it, which I seriously doubt I did. Unless I didn't have like a high lockpick, maybe. There was no in-game gear that like that was like super great. You know what I mean? Like once like you get like level 20-ish, 18, 20-ish, something like that, that you've probably found the strongest stuff in the game. Like that's it. Beginning of the game, you don't notice it. You don't notice it at the beginning of the game because like the game's just opening up in the first like 10-15 hours. It's like, oh, this game's so enjoyable, I love it. But then the harsh reality of just how a game can be as vast as an ocean, but at the depth of the puddle. When you notice just how shallow a lot of the things are in this game come out when it comes to how many armor pieces. All the armor pieces are the same across all the armors, except like different factions have different types of armor pieces. I feel like different colors. They're not all the same. The natives' armor is completely useless.
Yeah.
You will never, ever wear the natives' armor because it offers nothing. Nothing. I mean, it has elemental resistance and stuff like that, but like here's the thing, man. That's so useful. That's so useless because like you have potions. You can craft like over hundreds and hundreds of potions. There's no level cap, which like I think breaks the game. I literally crafted 500 bullets and I just like shot everything to pieces at the end of the game, and that's it. I literally stopped like going into melee combat and literally started spamming the rifle. Like that's how broken I got. Like that's I'm not even trying to joke. That's what happened, and it's nuts. And there's no there's some gear that you have to have, like, there's some skill you have to have, like agility 5 to use a sword or whatever. But like there's other things you even have to have a high stat to. There's no armors that, like, there's no armor at an endurance 5. It's all at endurance 2, I think, and that's it, or 2 or 3. That's it. That's it. That there's no other heavier armors. There's nothing. It's like the creativity just goes at the last half of the game. You're talking to the same people, you're wearing the same armor, and you're bored after 15 extra hours of like wearing the same basic crap, and then nothing looks any different. And the island is so massive, and it lies to you. You think that there's going to be like a huge amount of places you can go in this game, and there's not. You don't get to go to every single nook and cranny of the island, which is, I get why they didn't do that. In an open world aspect, because that would, I don't know, I don't know. But like, there should have been at least way more areas you can go to, more things that happen in the game, like, side quests, not just side quests, but like different side quests, like random encounters, like stuff that just broke up the monotony. Because this game is monotonous.
Yeah.
And it wears on you, and you literally lie to yourself as you're and I'm not trying to be negative. Like my score of this game is a 6. It bordered on a 5, but like I said 7 in the beginning before I finished the game. And after finishing the game and seeing just how you can tell how incomplete it feels at the end of the game, incomplete, excuse me. It's sad. It makes me really sad because out of anybody in this on this video, right, and Aries knows, I was the most excited for this game.
Yeah.
Like, I was the one telling my friends about it, going nuts about it. Like, you should play this game. You should play this game. And this is the game that, like, forever will, like, I am no longer going to be excited for games anymore. I mean, I'll get games. I'm not saying I'm done playing them. I'm just like, I'm not going to get to the hype as I got at Greedfall. Because it literally let me down so hard. They changed so many things from the trailer into the main game. It's just, it's not what you think it is. Like the coin guard, we show them what guards are made of. It's not what you think in that scene.
No,
everything is changed.
It's a street brawl with you and 4 other guys, and you completely just wax them. like
every guy, you wax everybody. Like that's the thing. Like I mean, people's like, well, raise the difficulty. I'm like, no, have more interesting quests. So maybe have battles. That's the biggest thing this game falls. And the story's okay. I'm not saying it's amazing. It keeps you interested, but the quests don't help anything. But like, there's no battles you take place in.
Yeah.
There's no like actual like massive combat that you go into, which like would make a game like this era be interesting. The game, the trailers of the game lie to you. Like, it's almost as bad as Assassin's Creed 3. Where you can like run in the middle of a freaking line battle and just go nuts. Like, there's no line battles happening here. There's no like us versus them going on. Maybe in the background, but you don't see it at all. Like, it's just it's a lie.
Yeah.
I mean, do you agree or disagree, Aries? I mean, tell me.
Yeah, it is, like, without a doubt. Like, it just is. And
that's why I'm so disappointed, because like I thought it was going to be so much more, and there was so many things they could have done with it, and like they just didn't. And like, people say, oh, that's a small group. I get it's a small team, but like, you're telling me they couldn't do anything different in terms of questing? They couldn't have done anything different, because if you say no, they couldn't, I would think you're lying.
Yeah.
They couldn't have done anything just a little bit off the cuff, just a little bit different. I don't know.
It's just, it is. It's just, it's more. I mean, it's definitely more disappointing than anything else. But I mean, just, it's disappointing, and I mean, and just the fact too that like, I feel like we didn't get like a whole lot of what we actually wanted in the game to it exactly, and that's what kind of really kind of just not frustrated, but I mean just like at the very point that I am at in this game, or that I was at the game, I don't. It's time wasting. Like apparently where
It
I'm.
wastes your time royally.
Yeah, like where I am at in the game, from what Di told me, I'm probably like 10 to 15 hours away from completing the game, somewhere around there. If I actually do
Oh
some of the
god.
stuff and I'm doing some of the quests, I have no intention of running around for another 10, 15 hours. I don't have that interest in me to do that, and uh, like and just it doesn't have anything to do with like what I'm actually doing in my personal life or anything like that, or whether my gaming life or anything like that. It's literally just time wasting. It's bad.
It's tiring, man.
Yeah, and
It makes you tired. That's how you know a game is lost to you when you start. I think I said this to you, Aries, the other day. When you start feeling tired.
yeah, like
Like
when
you start feeling drained from playing the game.
yeah,
Like not like a drain like, oh, you've been playing too much. No, a drain like you would rather be playing a different game.
which is exactly what I'm doing. Like
Yeah.
I'm actually. This is why this video has fucking Soul Calibur on it instead of Greedfall, because I actually enjoyed the fuck out of the new Soul Calibur game, because it's a really good game, and I don't feel like I'll ever get tired of it. Not just because I'm a big fan of Soul Calibur in general, but the game's really good, and you can play this game for a very long time and not get bored out of it at all. And considering there's actually confirmed DLC for it too, unlike Greedfall, we don't know if there's gonna be fucking DLC for this game. I told Di at the very beginning kind of that I don't feel like there's gonna be any DLC for it. I'm pretty sure I can be pretty confident in that, because if there is, I don't know, there's just nothing here for me. And that's what's kind of sad too, is that once I had the realization that there is not anything here for me, that's where things kind of get really sad.
Dude, I could tell. I could tell the shift in just like from when dude, I'm really enjoying this game. This game's really fun. Blah blah blah. Like it tricks you at the beginning, and it makes you think that it's going to build off into something else. And like, don't get me wrong, when the Coin Guard do their coup d'etat, it's like, oh, this is actually kind of interesting. Okay, okay, cool. That's it. Where's it gonna go with this? Nowhere.
Yeah, that's honestly,
maybe they kick you out of the town. You have to take the town back by, Coin Guard versus Coin Guard line battles. Everyone fight each other. Nope. You basically solve a freaking coup d'etat by yourself.
Yeah. I mean,
you literally by yourself.
It's you versus the world. Like in every single scenario, it's you versus the world, and that can be interesting. Like in certain games, like one of the best examples of that sometimes is like Samurai or Dynasty Warriors, where the game is actually supposed to make you feel like it's you versus literally the fucking world, except you control badasses who like have abilities, like quite frankly more interesting abilities, but yeah, I mean every step you turn in the game is just like somebody's trying to fuck you. Like if there's
every step you fuck.
there's literally every time you try to help somebody, it feels like you're getting fucked in the game. And because if you help somebody else, you're gonna get fucked. If you go through the native villages and just wreck them because you need to finish the quest, you'll end up with -2 reputation because the natives are being idiots and won't actually talk to you. They'll just fight you. I did one quest in particular where I know it's a quest where the mother's looking for her son, but her son is joining like this like faction group that's like, kind of on like they're radical faction.
Wait a second. Is that the one where you're in like the Thalim, the Inquisitors are in the city and like they took the tablets?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's the one that pissed me off so much. You go back and forth.
And you have to go back and forth, and you have to end up.
Oh my God.
And once I got to the camp, I successfully snuck around everybody. I successfully did it, and my sneak is not even that high. And
oh my, it was so easy. Like they're not even there.
And I literally, I could have swore I had snuck the entire way through after I got the tablet, went back around the rocks where these guys aren't even looking at me, and all of a sudden, I fight them, and I had to kill the son. And the mom comes up to me and goes, "Yeah, your idiot son attacked me and my party members. We had to kill him." And she's like, "Oh no, don't fucking talk to me." And of course, your standing with the natives goes down too. And and even in that, I'm like, okay, so either way, do I get punished for? I actually wanted to try to reload the save to see if I could actually actually successfully do it. I didn't, because I was just too pissed off at that point. I was like, okay, what the fuck ever.
It's like a rock, man. It's like getting punched in the nose. No one likes it.
Yeah, but like even at that point, I was just like, man, that's actually hot garbage. And I was like, well, I actually wanted to save the person, and for that one instance, the game felt like it was telling me, nope, don't bother.
Yeah.
Don't bother doing it.
I just it gets me just how, and I know I've said this a million times already, but like I just need to say it for the people in the back. This game is so monotonous with how you go from A to B, A to B, excuse me, A to B, B to A to C, A to B, B to A to D, A to B, B to A.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. That's literally the quest that Ares was just talking about.
Yeah.
You go back and forth with like no fighting. That quest did not have any fighting. Like you're just talking. Ares, you there? But yeah, okay, sorry, I want to continue on then. I was thinking he went somewhere. But like literally it's all you do. It's so just draining, and I don't know, guys. I think that your body is better suited elsewhere. Excuse my yawn. Oh, excuse me. I picked up Borderlands 3, and I'm going to finish Borderlands 2 before I get into it, because I want to make sure I get all the story and understand what's happening. Because I like to, get immersed into the world I'm playing. I think with Borderlands 3, there's way more stuff to do, way more interesting, way more skills, talents, whatever it is. There's so much more to do in that game than this game. What it does okay. Sound and design's fine. Yeah, the sound is great. The graphics are not bad. I mean, I think they look okay. Nothing groundbreaking, but I think it looks pretty good. Not excellent, but it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does. Like, I was actually putting.
It's not amazing.
I was putting up. Laundry is actually more interesting to me right now than finishing.
Yawning is more interesting to me right now
than actually spending my time stressing about running around the fucking woods all day. I feel like Jason on Friday the 13th. My objective is to run around the woods and terrify the natives. Like it feels like my life goal in that game right now, and that's what feels like shit. Honestly, that's the part of the game that actually feels like hot garbage right now.
Yeah, it's frustrating because then as soon as you finally realize what this game really is at the end, and then you realize, like, man, I've been wanting to get that really cool armor or find some really cool armor. The coin guard doesn't look like it looks like in the game when it does in the trailer, which is massively disappointing to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think we're saying the same things over and over again now.
So, I think even now, what we're probably going to end up, at least what I'm going to end up doing, is
buy Borderlands 3. What? I'm just kidding.
Probably not.
That's fine. I got it myself because I know I'm going to enjoy it.
If anything, if I do end up getting it, I might just trade in Greedfall and the Borderlands collection just so I can get Borderlands 3 if I do get it. But because really, I mean, I never finished second one that we were playing, and I never ended up finishing. I never played the pre-sequel or whatever it was, and
Oh, the pre-sequel, there's Borderlands 1, which I didn't play the first one. I played a little bit of it, but I didn't finish it. I didn't play the pre-sequel either. I don't think it's required, but you can play it. I may skim it a little bit. I don't know just yet.
yeah.
But Borderlands 3, they explain everything that's going on. But from what I've heard, everyone just like play the second Borderlands. That way you know what's going on. Which like already there's a lot of stories that's happening that like it's where we left off is where it picks up a lot. So it's actually kind of interesting. But anywho, I'm not sure. I refuse to give Ares another recommendation, just because after how this has turned out, I feel kind of bad. It's not my fault that it did turn out like that. Just like who can know?
Yeah.
Who could know? Honestly, I don't think anyone. But I definitely think buyers beware. Be more thoughtful with your purchases. Not everything is meant to be jumped at. Have some patience, and I say if you want to play this game, I think okay, Aries, what's your how about this? What's your rating on this game?
5 out of 10.
So you think it's an average game, and that's completely okay. I think it's very justified. If I could give it a rating, it'd either be a 5 or a 6. It was a 7. It was a 7, but after beating the game and just how bad it gets at the end with like the monotony, it's probably a 5 or a 6 for me as well. If you want to buy this game, I say wait till it's about $20, maybe $15.
Yeah.
Play it's definitely it's a breath of fresh air for the first like 10-15 hours. I will be honest, it is. If you like story like that where you're going back and forth, God bless your soul. But if you like that, then hey, you'll like this game. I say, give this company your support these guys. This is a good, in my opinion, this is if you're trying to come back from having not so amazing games in the past, I think this is a nice first swing. Honestly, I think it's a solid first. I think a 6 is pretty fair. I'd rather a game be a 6 and sell okay than be a 9 and I don't know. I think that they're about to get a lot of criticism. I doubt there's going to be any DLC for this game, which I don't think there needs to be. Because it would just be the exact same thing, because I doubt they would add anything that different, unless they prove me wrong. But knowing their limitations on this engine and this company, and these producers, I just think that this is the end of this game. I think it was a good try. I'm glad it came out. I'm glad it exists.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a terrible game. It's an average game. It's an average above average game. So, but yeah.
No, I mean that's pretty much if
nothing else to say.
Yeah, I mean if you planned on watching any more streams that I make on the game, you will be sadly disappointed on that. But I mean, what can you do? I mean, really, if I did stream it, it'd be another couple hours of me running around, getting pissed off, probably giving the game a lower score if I think I would probably actually gave it a lower score if I streamed it, and I would have been running around, because it would have just been me telling everybody, hey, look at this useless shit that I'm doing. Look at this. Look at this useless shit. And
yeah,
I probably wouldn't have been too fair on the game. Yeah, maybe one day I'll go back, and well, I wouldn't even say I'll go back and finish it, because I know what awaits me now at the end of the finish line.
Yeah, it's monotony is what awaits you, unless they change it up. But I seriously doubt they're going to do that or have the ability to do that. Yeah, so yeah, guys, is that where you want to end the stream here?
Yeah, we're at 30 minutes right now, so I mean that's
perfect.
That's really all I can say on it. I mean that's kind of just the end of the spear, and me getting ripped open my asshole and getting fucked by the last 15 to 10 to 15 hours of the game.
Yeah, yeah. Well, go trade it in, get like that 27, $22 worth. At least get that. Trade in another game. If you do get Borderlands 3, just get it. If not, get something else that you enjoy, or just get a PlayStation card and just have it on you if you want.
Yeah.
Just guys, I recommend just do whatever you want with it. Good try, spiders, but really fix your shit. I would love to play your next game and critique it. I was very interested in looking forward to this game, and it did disappoint me a little bit. I had way too high of expectations. That was on me. I should have had that.
Here's the real question: do I have my receipt for this game? Let's see. If I do,
you probably do.
I do have it. I might be able to get full price back on it.
How?
I think GameStop has like a 7-day window, where if you don't like the game, or if you
that's if it's used.
Yeah. Oh damn. Well, just fuck me then. Well, fucking Christ. That makes me even more salty, actually.
I guess you can see, but
yeah.
But yeah, guys.
Well, yeah, that's about it. Make sure to tune into the. I know we ended it on a. This is not a happy stream by any means, but
nope.
But I mean, it's definitely an honest one. I mean, I mean that's pretty much my exact thoughts on the game, and
I really hope Angry Joe does a review on this game.
Yeah,
I really hope he does. I think it'd be hilarious if he does. I don't think he will, because he will do Borderlands.
Yeah.
Honestly, but I think that if he did, I think he really should do a Greedfall review. Or Dell is going to do a review, like a quick, rapid fire. Which now I can understand why they do rapid fire this game. But like, I think that this game is one of those games that deserve to kind of get like yelled at a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, not
just a little bit.
Yeah. It's nowhere near the egregious levels of Destiny or Fallout 76 or the day one release of Andromeda or anything like that. I mean,
we don't talk about Andromeda, please. God, I bought it when it came out.
I mean, they fixed it now, thank God. But I mean, it's a little too late.
I mean, it's all right, but yeah, that's all I really had to say.
But all right, guys. Well, I will check you out on the next stream. Make sure to go ahead and check out my boy Professor Diehard's channel.
Sir.
And but yeah, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Deuces. Peace out.
Deuces.
And my next stream will probably end up being a game that I actually want to play for hours. So we'll keep that in there.
Okay.
All right. Peace out.